Today we're going to learn how to find the missing angle of a triangle using sine, cosine, and tangent in SOHCAHTOA. First, let's make sure our calculators are in degree mode by going to the settings 5, then the document settings at 2. Mine's already in degrees, so I'll go ahead and escape out. And I'm ready to calculate. I'm still going to use SOHCAHTOA, and I'm going to use the inverse functions because remember, the inverse functions are what give you angle measures in the calculator. So I'm going to identify my angle and then my side lengths. I know my hypotenuse is 5, my opposite is 3. So opposite and hypotenuse are going to go with sine. So I write the sine of x, which is my angle, equals 3 over 5, which is opposite over hypotenuse. So in my calculator, I'll do the inverse of 3/5, that ratio. And I'm going to round to the nearest degree. That means the nearest whole number. Remember, you're going to look at the tenths place, the very first decimal. And I get 36 8/10. So that is going to round to 37 degrees. X equals 37 degrees. Alright, same method. I'm going to circle the angle in question. I'm going to identify the side lengths. I know my opposite. And 9 is the adjacent. So opposite and adjacent go with tangent. So the tangent of the angle x is 6 over 9 because that's opposite over adjacent. So I'm going to use the tangent inverse of 6/9. And that is going to be 34 because 33.6 rounds up to 34. All right, let's try a couple more. Identify your angle, circle it, label your side lengths. So I know the hypotenuse and I know the adjacent. That way you don't mess up. So my adjacent and hypotenuse go with cosine. So the cosine of the angle is 3 over 8. So I'm going to use cosine inverse of 3/8 in my calculator. (67.9) rounds to 68 degrees. Okay, last one. Same method. Make sure you show all your steps. Identify your angle. Label your side lengths. Hypotenuse is 11, adjacent is 7. So adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So cosine of the angle is 7 over 11 because that's adjacent over hypotenuse. So I'm going to do the cosine inverse because I'm looking for an angle. So that's 7/11 in the calculator. That comes up to 50.4, which remains at 50 because that 4 is less than 5, so the angle is 50 degrees.